So, 6 basic fears that we all have. I'm going to slide back. If y'all need to change shares, just feel free to get up. And every fear that you have is going to fall under these 6. Number 1, poverty. Poverty. That's the first one. Second one is criticism. Three is ill health. Excuse me, right? 4 is loss of a loved one. 5 is old age. 6 is death.
Number 4 is loss of love of someone.
Thank you for correcting me, but I got this up here.
Okay.
Loss of a loved one. Same thing.
Right.
I appreciate it though. That's my little sidekick. I'm like, oh my God. Let me do me. So, we got that. Can y'all write? No, you can't really read it, but. So, these are all states of mind. That's all it is. It's just your state of mind. So, what's another word that I use for a state of mind? There's 2 words I use.
Ego?
Huh?
Was it ego? No. Close.
Consciousness?
Yes. It's your consciousness. It's your level of awareness. If I don't have an awareness of poverty, I could never be that. So what makes me impoverished? If I look at what the world said, if I don't have this, this, and this, then I'm in poverty. But is that true? Heck, no. The only thing that makes me impoverished is me understanding that the world thinks I'm impoverished because I don't have these things. But if I know that I'm whole and perfect, I'm strong, I'm powerful, I'm loving, I'm harmonious, happy, and healthy, successful, and prosperous in all my ways, how can I be that? How can I be that? How can I attract that? Because the thing about a poverty mind state is it has a feeling. And it has nothing to do with your bank account. It has nothing to do with your house or your car. It's a state of mind. So when someone comes in and they have a poverty state of mind, because you don't have that, it's not even going to match. You're going to want it to get away from you. So let me think of someone who has something that has a poverty mind. A person that complains all the time. A person that's like, my neck, my back. This girl, let me tell you what she did at work today. Oh, girl, oh, my husband, oh, we ain't got no food. I got to go to the grocery store again. That's a very impoverished mind. And when you are in the frequency of I'm whole and perfect, I'm strong and powerful, all of those things, a person that come in like that, I'm sorry. At times I like I'm gonna talk to my friends, I'm sorry. A person that comes in like that, you're like, I can't have that around me. I don't want it because you aren't on the same frequency. So all of these things are state of mind. So I guarantee if you take your dreams or you take your desires and you can put it, what's stopping you, you can put it under one of these here. Correct or incorrect? Correct. What about you, Miss Daphne?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so where do yours lie? Under these 6.
Probably criticism. Was criticism. I'm just at a point where I'm letting go of so much now. It's like,
It ain't even bothering you.
and I'm just gonna say this point, like, excuse me, y'all, but I just don't give a fuck.
Me either.
So, that's been my mantra that I have developed. So I'm trying not to even worry about anything. I'm just practicing my meditations and thinking positive, and it's gonna come.
Yes.
So I'm just.
And then the thing too, a lot of times that, I don't know where this would fall, a fear where it will fall, I'm not sure where it will fall, maybe just under indecision, is that we'll get started on these things and we don't know how to do it, or the dream is so big. We're like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to put that together. But understand, you know, divine intelligence or God will put those people in your path while you're on your journey. You just ask for it. You just say, hey, you know, I need somebody to show me how to do this website thing. And then it will happen. It will come to you. So for me, because, you know, I tell my business, I don't care. What stops me is death. Understand, I have this, I am dealing, I'm making peace with death. Being able to tap into the other side, or just being able to feel. I feel a lot of death. I feel when people are coming. I feel when people are going. Sometimes it's 6 to 8 months before it even happens, and I'm sitting with that kind of on pins and needles, like what's about to happen to, and what is this and what is that, and that stops me a lot from moving forward, because I get into a happy space and I'm so happy, and I'm like, does this mean I'm gonna die? Like, because I'm finally happy, like, am I crossing over? So that's something that really has stopped me in the past. Criticism has stopped me in the past as well, because the first thing a person thinks when I say, oh, well, I communicate with this, or I do healing work or whatever, they were like, oh, so you're a witch. Well, what the hell is that? Well, technically, I am everything. So yes, I am a witch. But I'm also a saint. I'm also a woman. I'm also a man. So yes, I'm all of that. And it took me a while to get to where criticism didn't stop me. But, and I'll say this, my father is naturally kind of critical because of the job that he has. He works with some really big corporations in America. And this is a very blessed man. And his thing is, you know, it's almost like perfection, doing it the right way, doing it this way. And he would criticize, you know, and I find myself doing it to him all the time. But as we talk about it, we'll say, I'm like, Jada, you know, I'm going to criticize you right now. So I need you to not pay it any attention. But as a mom, you know, I have to say this to you. So, yeah, it's just a little random Teresa fact. But criticism stops me. Death stopped me out, and loss of a loved one. Sometimes, especially as a mom, I think about things getting so big for me that he'll get lost, or he won't come with me, or where does he fit into the things that I have going on. So not necessarily a fear of him passing away, but a fear of just that loved one not fitting into my dream, and then I stop. And we all do that. You may think about, you know, if you have a husband or your children or even your pet, well, how's the pet going to come with me when I'm doing all of these things? And that will stop you from moving forward, okay? So, any questions about this stuff? No, where are we on time? 2 o'clock, okay, good. So now that we went over the 6 basic fears and the 3 enemies, we're going to get into how do we just bypass all of that? Can you take a break so I can wipe this off? Yeah. So all of those were states of mind. And in order to transform to a different frequency, I can hear that music. In order to transform that to a different frequency, it's a few things you need to do. First thing is, be aware of mental viruses. I got that from Les Brown. Did I spell that right? I can't spell.
Yeah.
Yep.
Virus, yeah. So I was listening to Les Brown, and he used the term mental virus. And I had never thought about it that way, that me sitting with a clump of people, I'm going to adapt their mind state, or I'm going to adapt to their virus. And sometimes you do it, you get the virus, and you don't even know you get it. You get it by just even touching that person. You know, like if somebody want to lay hands on you, or do Reiki on you, you will pick up legit all of their mental viruses. So in order to not get those viruses, you have to be extremely aware of who's in your tribe, who's in your circle. You have to have a defined tribe. And it doesn't have to be one tribe. You can have your tribe for healing. You can have your tribe for your creative stuff, your sewing, your tribe for cooking. But they need to be defined tribes, because if you are going to pick up viruses, and not, viruses are bacteria, they're not all bad. Well, all viruses are bad, but let's call them bacteria. You need good bacteria, bad bacteria. If you're going to pick up a bacteria, let it be a good one. Like this class, you get some real good bacteria. We are killing lots of things energetically. When I had you guys saying, I'm thankful over and over, things were literally falling off of you. Falling off of you guys. Just by saying thankful. You don't even know. So just us sitting in this room together and talking, things are falling away, that bad bacteria. So that's the first thing you do. Get into that good space. Next is, and we talked about this before we had the Christmas break, was having that burning desire, like that flame. And the burning desire is like, it's an itch that you just want to scratch and scratch and scratch, and it feels so good. You're just going to scratch it. And you're not going to stop scratching it no matter what. And when you stop scratching it, 10 minutes later, you want to scratch it again. It's a burning feeling. And even if it was an old dream or an old desire, you can relight the flame just by going and looking at whatever it is, writing it out, picking it up, flipping it over, maybe talking about it with one person, doing research on it, whatever you need to do to light that fire. Going to Instagram or Facebook and looking up pictures, but relight that fire so you can get that burning desire to where it's like tattooed on your brain. Burning desire. If your desire is cold or lukewarm, it's not going to get momentum. Okay? The next thing is you gotta have, how do I say? You want to be able to see it happening. You want to be able to visualize it. Have faith. So we'll say have faith, visualize. Have faith and visualize. If you cannot see yourself having the #1 children's book, if you can't see it, ain't nobody else gonna see it. If you don't have faith that your money gonna come back, then it's not gonna come back. It's you have to believe in the not tangible. You have to believe that everything is working with you harmoniously, and that it's gonna come back because you put it out. It's a boomerang. You're gonna get what you put out. That's law. So visualize it. Close your eyes. See yourself. See yourself I'm at my sewing machine. See yourself at the store. See yourself writing a book. You have to visualize it and then put faith on top of it that I know because I saw it. I saw it. So it's gotta come. Okay? And this takes practice. This is not something that you do like one day. This is something that you got practice. Okay? So visualizing, having faith. The next is my least favorite part. I hate this part. Auto suggestions. This is my least favorite because this takes the most work. You are in a fight. You fight yourself. Yourself is your strongest enemy. It's not a demon in hell stronger than you. It's not an angel in heaven that's stronger than you. When you get into battle with yourself, it's tiring. And it's years and years and years of battle. But with auto-suggestion, we're going into what part of the mind?
The subconscious?
We're going into the subconscious. And we are kicking out 30, 40, 50, 60 years of garbage. And you're replacing it. And that takes so much time. And it takes effort. That's where the work is. This is the only place you got work. Subconscious, auto-suggestion. I'm whole and perfect. I'm strong, powerful, and loving. I'm harmonious, happy, and healthy. I'm successful and prosperous in all my ways. I'm divinely protected. I have the #1 selling children's book. My clothes are in a store in Atlanta. All my jackets are $300. I make shoes. I make this. I make that. And then you flip it backwards. I am happy, happy I am. You're like, ah ha ha, subconscious, you're tricky. I am happy, happy I am. You're not going to get me. You kill your own devil. But that takes work. Because while you're doing this, remember, you on that line. You doing this and you just lost your shoes. But you talking about you prosperous, but your feet bleeding because you're walking on gravel. But your faith, but you saw it, you visualized it. So you gotta keep going with it. You know what I'm saying? This is the work. But if you can do it while you're losing your shoes, while you're losing your friends, your family, while your teeth bleeding, your eye done fell out, everything, but you keep going, I promise you, it's on the other side. And the thing about it, once you start this journey with anything and you don't see it to the end, that's when diseases set in. That's when mental illness comes. A very common one, very common, is diabetes. Because you didn't get your goal, and so you kind of lost your joy for life. And when you lose your joy for life, diabetes come in, and that's your pancreas telling you, hey, you need to get your joy. You can't, at that point, you can't even get happy. You have to get joy. And joy is so much harder to obtain than happiness. Okay? Very hard to obtain. Especially, and you still gonna have all your shit going on. You know? So, again, don't stop. And then, once you get started, just, you know what? I know that it's gonna hurt, but I'm gonna get to that other side. Okay? And then after a while, you'll start to enjoy it. You're like, okay, I'm waiting on some more messed up stuff to come because I'm about to slay it. And then when everything's going smooth, you'll find yourself questioning. You be like, well, am I still in it? Like, did I make it? What's going on? Did something fall apart? You're like, okay, yeah. Now I got something to fight. I'm here. I'm with it. I'm for it. Okay? Auto-suggestion. That's your fight. And that's when you really need your tribe. Because you're going to get tired. And you're going to need your tribe to fill in with you. Okay? Next, and I'm not going in order. Am I going in order in the book? No, I am out of order a little bit. But next is imagination. Imagination and visualization aren't the same thing. Visualizing is just, I see it. Yeah, I can see myself doing it. I can see myself having a house with a picket fence. I can see that. Imagining it is me closing my eyes or me staring at a blank wall and me seeing myself opening up the gate, walking up the driveway, walking up the stairs, smelling what that house smells like. Looking to the right, I see the dining room, I see the living room, I can hear dogs, I hear a cat, I hear my husband upstairs, my son is in the basement dancing, I'm cooking salmon in the kitchen. That's using your imagination. And you're you're creating all of this. And again, once you create something in that subconscious, it will come here. And then so you do it for no less than 17 seconds. No less than 17 seconds. Because once you do it for 17 seconds, ether builds to it. Hold it for another 17 seconds, that's another synapses. Hold it for another 17 seconds, that's another synapses. You keep building until it gets so big that it's starting to manifest. You get a phone call from a realtor. Hey man, I just found a house with a white picket fence. You're creating that. Okay? So you do that. You do that with your dreams. Once you get to a place where you're ready for the momentum, after you say, I am prosperous I am, once you rest in that peace, then visualize and start imagining. Imagine yourself. And that's why I was telling that lady, Lorraine, that she needs to play. You have to play. You have to become so childlike. Girl, I'm just sitting over here imagining myself over here in this store, girl, with all these girls. Sean John just came in here and bought my coat. Beyonce came in here and bought my coat. People gonna think you crazy. and you have to not care. But you gotta play like that. You will see, and over time, like you'll give yourself like a new name will come for you. I don't know if you know about, African practice. You had the symbol or something, assume you do. But when you, and it, not just African, when you go through any process of obtaining something new, you get a new name, you get a new title. Dr. Oliver or Mrs. So-and-so, because you went through a transition process. So as you begin to play, you will get a new name for yourself. That's why authors, like, they'll change their name. I went through all of this, now I see myself as blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? You go through that initiation, you go through that rite of passage, you go through that playtime, and get your new name, and become your new you. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm gonna stop at 5 because I'm gonna have to go through all of this stuff again next class for the people who weren't here. So I'm gonna stop it at 5, and it's only 2:30. And I do want to do like a little group work, maybe a little group activity for writing out our dreams, writing out our affirmations, and then our times of day for the next 7 days. And your dream can be something as small as, I just need to get in a piece of prosperity. Not have it, but in the piece of it, okay? So it's 2:30, 2:20. You can take a break if anybody needs to go to the bathroom and get some water.